Good morning, students. Welcome to the online class after a long gap. Dear students, in the previous chapter, we have discussed the union government, the legislative. But today, we are going to discuss a new chapter, the union government, the executive. You know very well, the union government has the three organs. They are legislature, executive, and a judiciary. And we will study about the union executive. Executive is that organ of the government which enforces law made by the legislature, executes them, and runs the administration of the country. Executive is one of the main organ of the government which enforces law made by the legislature, means the legislature made the law, and the work of the executive to execute the law to run and administration of the country. The Constitution of India provides for a parliamentary form of government. Our government is a parliamentary form of government, means in parliament the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And there are two types of executives also, the nominal executive and the real executive. India is a republic. You know very well, our country also became a republic country in 1950. The head of the Indian state is an elected president. Our country is a republic, means the head of the state, country is the president, and our president is also elected. He or she is vested with all the executive powers, means the president also enjoy some powers, executive powers, but they are all exercised by the Union Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. The president having the powers, executive powers, but they are all exercised by the Union Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. Therefore, the real executive is the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, means they are the real executive. Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are the real executive, whereas the President is the nominal executive or nominal head, because the President is bound to act on the advice of a Council of Ministers. The President is bound to act on the advice of a Council of Ministers. The President does not wish to accept any advice, or he may send it back to the Council of Ministers for reconsideration. The President may accept the advice or may not. If he does not accept the advice of the Council of Ministers, he may send it for reconsideration. But if the same advice is sent back again, the President is bound to accept it. The President is bound to accept it. In the previous class, we have studied about the executive, the state levels. In the state level, the executive comprises the governor and the Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister in the state level. The same thing also in the union government, that is the executive comprises the president and the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. And then the President. Please hear. Some qualifications also necessary for a person to be the President in our country. What are the qualifications? A candidate for the office of the President of India must be a citizen of India. Means the person must be a citizen of our country. And he must be 35 years age or above. And he or she should be qualified to be a member of a Lok Sabha and should not hold any office of a profit under the government at any level. The qualifications are: first qualification, the person must be a citizen of our country. He must have completed 35 years of age, and he had the qualification to be a member of a Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, means member of a parliament, and he did not hold any office of a profit under any state government or central government. Then tenure. The President of India holds the office for a 5-year term and can be re-elected in our country. The President or Prime Minister or any minister, means the term of the President or Prime Minister, that is 5 years. If he can re-elect in the second time, then he may hold the office. The President of India holds the office for a 5-year term and can re-elected. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first President of a free India, was the only President to have been re-elected for a second term. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the first President of our country, was the only President in our country who was re-elected for second term. So he continued to be in office from 1950 to 62. He continued to be the office from 1950 to 1962. Then the election of the President. The President of India is elected indirectly by an electoral college consisting of only the elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, legislative assemblies of the states. For the presidential election, a electoral college also formed. The members of Lok Sabha, the members of Rajya Sabha, and the members of legislative assemblies of the states are the member of the electoral college. Nominated members of any house do not participate in the election of the president. You know very well, in Lok Sabha, 2 nominated members, means 2 nominated Anglo-Indian members by president, and in Rajya Sabha, 12 members are nominated by president from the different subjects. They are not taking part in the election of a president. Means only the elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies, they are participating in the election of the president. The election is held in accordance with the single transferable vote system of a proportional representation. It is very important. The election is held in accordance with the single transferable vote system of a proportional representation. And under this system, it is essential to secure the fixed quota of votes to get elected more than 50%. Under this system, it is essential to secure 50% of more than 50% to secure the quota, and the person is elected as the president. Please hear the do you know. The Election Commission of India hold 5th presidential election of India on August 1969. In August 1969, the 5th presidential election held in our country. Baragiri Venkata Giri, V.V. Giri, with 4,20,077 votes, won in a run of election over his rival Nilab Sanjeev Reddy, who got 4,05,427 votes. V.V. Giri won in the election, who got 4,20,077 votes, defeating his rival Nilam Sanjeev Reddy, who also got 4,05,427 votes. It was for the first time in India that a presidential candidate, V.V. Giri, won the election on the basis of a second preference vote. Means Nilam Sanjeev Reddy was the first preference, but whenever his votes could not complete the securing quota 50%, then the votes of V.V. Giri also transferred to V.V. Giri's second position, second preference. That's why V.V. Giri secured the quota of more than 50%, who got 4,20,077 votes in the second preference. It is the first time in our country that a person having the second preference also elected as the president in 1969, that is V.V. Giri, Baragiri Venkata Giri. Then impeachment, succession and emoluments. President is also elected by the Electoral College. Then impeachment means to remove the president from his post. The process to remove the president from his post, that is impeachment. The process to remove the president is called impeachment. If a president violates the constitution, means जो constitution को अवमानना करके, the president can be removed from office by a resolution of impeachment, which is passed by both the House of Parliament by not less than 2/3 majority of the total membership. 2/3 majority of total membership. If president violates the constitution, he or she can be removed from his office by a resolution of impeachment, which is passed by both the House of Parliament, means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, by not less than 2/3 majority of the total membership. In this way, the president is also impeached. Then succession of a presidency means, suppose the president resign before his term, due to illness, the president is unable to hold office. Then who will be the president? Who also act as a president? That is the succession to presidency. In case the office of the president falls vacant due to her or his resignation or death or impeachment, mainly 3 causes. The president's office may fall vacant due to resignation or death or impeachment. At that time, the Vice President of India takes over the responsibility to officiate as president till the new president is elected. the Vice President of India hold the office or takes over the responsibility to officiate as president till a new president is elected. But the election must be held within 6 months to fill up the office of the president. प्रेसिडेंट का ऑफिस को फिलअप करने के लिए 6 मंथ 6 महीना में इलेक्शन होना जरूरी है. डू यू नो प्लीज हियर if the office of the vice president also falls vacant, the president का पोस्ट ऑफिस खाली है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट पोस्ट खाली हो गया. when there is a vacancy already existing at the president's office, then the Chief Justice of India takes over as officiating president of India till a new president is elected. In our country also, one of the Chief Justice, Muhammad Hidayatullah, who was also officiating as president at the time of Chaudhary Charan Singh, perhaps. One of the Chief Justice, Muhammad Hidayatullah, was also officiating as president. First time also in our country. Then procedure for election of the President of India. A very complicated process. Later, if the class will be held physically, then I will explain you thoroughly. Then emoluments and immunities. The President of India draws a monthly salary of 5 lakh and some allowances. The President of India draws a monthly salary of 5 lakh and some allowances. She or he is entitled to a free furnished residence. His official residence is the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. The President's official residence is the Rashtrapati Bhavan. After retirement, the President is entitled to a pension of 1.5 lakh. After retirement, after 5 years of a President's office, then the President also retired. Then he is entitled to a pension of 1.5 lakh per month throughout life. Besides, she or he gets a free residence, establishment charge, free medical treatment, a mobile phone, internet, etc. So many facilities also after retirement. Okay. Then you please see the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Okay. Dear students, and the next period or next class we will discuss about the power and the function of the president. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.